Humanity has battled its own demons, addictions, pride, laziness, gluttony, lust, and greed, since the beginning of civilization. These vices aren't merely sporadic actions. There are crafty foes who have snagged us all. They entice even the most logical people with their whispered sweet promises, cloud our judgment, and mislead us. However, in the middle of this never-ending conflict, the Stoics appeared, using the potent theory of virtue to combat these vices. They contend that these sufferings deprive us of our autonomy and reason, turning us into helpless slaves bound by our appetites. Stoicism is more than just a philosophy. It's a path to freedom, a never-ending search for virtue that frees us from vice and points us in the direction of a happy, fulfilled existence. Consider this. The few moments of gratification that come from engaging in vices are transient, leaving a wake of suffering and emptiness in their wake. Marcus Aurelius was not incorrect when he asserted that vice is a self-inflicted wound that can only be healed by virtue. Seneca agreed, seeing virtue as our unbreakable shield and evil as our most dangerous enemy. I'm not just giving you platitudes in this video. Instead, I'm giving you the keys to self-mastery. We'll examine what this actually means for a Stoic and present 10 useful tactics for overcoming these enemies through the practice of virtue. If you agree with this philosophy, please hit the like button, subscribe to receive future updates, and read the description for additional Stoic advice on social media. Stoics believe that vice is a distortion of our judgment and peace that destroys our souls, not only something that is immoral. Irrational desires have the power to deceive us and keep us stuck in a vicious circle of self-centered behavior. The light of hope, though, is that Stoicism tells us that the way to real happiness is to constantly struggle against these vices and move toward a more sober and peaceful way of living. True happiness is never an easy trip to achieve. However, if you agree with Stoic ideas and are looking for that higher moral footing, watch this video through to the end. I'm here to provide you with practical, doable guidance so that you can overcome these oppressive vices and develop the moral fortitude that leads to true happiness. Your journey to freedom from vices. 1. Self-reflection and self-knowledge. Starting the journey to overcome our vices is not a walk in the park. Rather, it is an adventure into the maze that is our own souls. It's about delving deeply, uncovering our character's darkest recesses and facing our fears. However, it's also about appreciating our bravery and strength, not just admitting our shortcomings. Imagining a never-ending pursuit to identify the situations, triggers, and underlying emotional currents that push us in the direction of those vices. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but it's precisely this unsettling reality that gives us power. Equipped with this understanding, we construct an unwavering stronghold to thwart the alluring temptations. The best part is that it's a continuous achievement. It's a never-ending process of self-discovery that is always changing. We approach emancipation with each step toward introspection. It's evidence of our fortitude and resolve to face and overcome our vices. Thus, let us traverse this always shifting inner landscape, equipped not only with self-awareness, but also with the unshakable fortitude to overcome our vices. 1 self-disclosure at a time. 2. Embracing the odyssey of virtue. Setting off on the honorable route to overcome vices is not a walk in the park. Rather, it is a vast journey of self-discovery and metamorphosis. This is a marathon, the cornerstone of long-lasting transformation, not a sprint or a leisurely stroll. Think of this journey as the making of a strong sword. It takes time, patience, and steadfast dedication. Vices are ingrained in your very being and deeply entwined with your routines. They require a determined and deliberate effort to break free from. Failures? They are an inherent aspect of our trip, much way the seasons change. Rather of serving as indicators of failure, they serve as a transformational furnace that sharpens your grit and perseverance. Accept these experiences as teaching opportunities that will make you a better, more self-aware person. Setbacks are not obstacles in this journey. Rather, they are stepping stones toward mastery over oneself. Think of this as an investigation of your infinite potential, an investment in your well-being. 3. Unveiling the beacon of purpose. In the complex maze of conquering vices, developing a strong bond with your innermost desires turns into the compass that guides your ship over choppy waters. Explore the depths of your being to find the true motivations driving you in the honorable direction of moral excellence. Consider this an introspective journey, asking yourself the basic why of your desire to overcome these vices. Your intentions enlighten the way and highlight the transient appeal of the transient pleasures that vices provide. They are the cornerstone upon which your dedication to virtue rests, a realization comparable to defending the base of an impregnable castle against the incursion of vice. Your goals are as varied as the stars in the sky. They could include developing deep relationships, achieving personal progress, or pursuing long-term happiness. Every distinct inspiration powers your own path, providing steady strength in the face of fleeting joys, difficulties, and temptations. Make these inspirations ingrained in your mind. Establish a mental bank from which you can draw courage when faced with obstacles. Think about creating a personal manifesto that outlines your goals and the deep motivations behind your pursuit of morality. This written commitment reminds you of values that are stronger than the lure of instant satisfaction, acting as a tangible anchor in times of vulnerability. Accept the fact that your goals as defenders of virtue are far more important than the fleeting joys that come with vices. These driving forces stitch a story of perseverance and purpose throughout your path, guiding you away from the perilous seas of transient pleasure and toward the shores of lasting bliss. 4. Set realistic goals. Setting and achieving objectives is a crucial part of your moral journey, adding focus and intersectionality to your pursuit. Establishing reasonable objectives is like navigating a path across unknown territory, a purposeful journey toward the shores of morality. Together, we will explore goal setting and strike a careful balance between difficulty and reachability. Imagine for yourself the manifestation of virtue. What particular changes in behavior and character are you looking for? Set measurable goals that are both within the reach of achievement and challenge established norms. The key to realistic goal setting is realizing how difficult it is to overcome vices. It necessitates focused work, a dedication to development, and an awareness that change happens gradually. Think of your objectives as stepping stones that will help you go closer to the highest point of virtue. These objectives ought to act as compass points for navigating the turbulent waters of personal transformation. Yes, push yourself, but do so in a realistic manner. Unreasonable expectations can lead to frustration and jeopardize the basis of your moral path. Recall that this is a marathon, not a sprint. This understanding should be reflected in your ambitions. Divide the quest for virtue into more attainable, smaller goals. Honor every accomplishment, no matter how big or small, because it is a step forward on this journey. This piecemeal strategy guarantees sustainability in your endeavor and creates a feeling of accomplishment. Adjust these objectives so that they fit the particular details of your path, resonate with your reasons, and fit into the larger story of your moral journey. As you accomplish each goal, reaffirm your dedication to virtue and set the stage for future challenges. Let these objectives lead you through the cadence of personal development like beautiful notes in a large symphony of your pursuit. Accept the value of realistic goal setting as a compass that will lead you to the fulfillment of virtue, while respecting the fact that your transformational path will require iterations. 5. Start gradually. In the complex dance of metamorphosis, particularly when one is bound in the web of vices, wisdom wins out when it comes to bringing about change bit by bit. Imagine yourself taking the first few steps toward a life of virtue, guided by the wise Marcus Aurelius, like you are building a mountain out of little grains of sand. Think about how deeply ingrained vices are in you. They're like a tapestry woven into your habits, inclinations, and feelings. Cutting through these complex strands requires a methodical, meticulous approach. Think of it like carefully crafting a masterpiece one stroke at a time. Start by focusing emphasis on a certain vice. Instead of cutting connections all at once, consider a gradual reduction or alteration. To fight procrastination, for example, setting aside specified times for concentrated work and gradually increasing this methodical approach could be the first step. The The comparison by Marcus Aurelius effectively conveys the idea of progressive transformation by dividing the main objective down into smaller, more achievable steps. When combined, these small adjustments set the stage for a significant change in behavior. This methodical approach accomplishes several goals. It allows for a more gradual transition, recognizes that major change requires time and perseverance, and builds a sense of accomplishment with every tiny victory. Review your path from time to time, taking note of your accomplishments and lessons discovered. This introspective exercise guarantees flexibility, developing with your self-awareness. The transformational process itself, rather than the final destination, is what makes this slow ascent so beautiful. Savor the fine workmanship of your moral journey, accepting each little adjustment as an important brushstroke on your character's canvas, a stunning representation of a life lived in the pursuit of virtue. 6. Avoid risky situations. Avoiding risky situations is a crucial aspect of navigating personal growth and steering clear of potential pitfalls. Whether in the context of overcoming vices, pursuing virtuous living, or achieving personal goals, steering away from risky scenarios can play a pivotal role. It involves recognizing environments, behaviors, or circumstances that might lead to unwanted outcomes or hinder progress. It's akin to safeguarding oneself from potential triggers that could reignite past habits or hinder the pursuit of one's aspirations. 7. Distance from enablers. In the journey toward a better life, it's important to step away from people who encourage things that aren't good for us. True care for ourselves and others means choosing friends wisely. It's like tending a garden. Just as plants grow better without weeds, we thrive when we're not influenced by people who push us towards things that aren't good for us. Taking a step back from these influences isn't about judging them. It's about making choices that line up with what's important to us. It's like choosing friends who help us grow and be happy in positive ways. 8. Seek help. Don't hesitate to seek help when striving to change. Asking for support isn't a weakness, it's a smart choice. Find people who've dealt with similar challenges. Their experiences can guide and support you. You're not alone in this journey toward a better life. 9. Reward yourself. When you reach your goals, be sure to reward yourself. This will help you stay motivated and on track. Just make sure your rewards are healthy and don't contribute to your vices. 10. Understand pleasure versus satisfaction. Distinguishing between transient happiness and long-term contentment is essential on the path to moral life. Similar to a flash fire, pleasure provides momentary solace from indulging in vices and conceals transient misery. Conversely, contentment, which is based in virtue, is a constant, enduring warmth that results from acting in accordance with one's values. Consider instances where the desire for long-term fulfillment was concealed by momentary enjoyment. Put long-term happiness ahead of fleeting pleasure by making thoughtful decisions that support your long-term health. Continue this journey with us, armed with Stoic wisdom, as we navigate the seas of self-reflection and virtue. Until next time, may your pursuit of happiness be guided by the light of reason and fortified by the strength of virtue. Embrace the community. Hit the like button if these strategies resonate with you. Don't forget to subscribe for more profound insights into the Stoic path of virtue.